You are watching Luminary Lectures.
Everyone, today we are going to start with a new topic, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. And this is a very important chapter for your future basis. So I've created a PPT especially for this chapter. So now without any further waits, let's start. Here is the highlights which we are going to study in this chapter. First of all, the introduction to Euclid and the origin of this chapter. Like everything which we study, we should know about from how and where they have came, right? Then Euclid's axioms, its postulates, important points which are from the chapter, and the summary. Now before starting the video, I would like to tell you that please like the video and subscribe the channel, because 98% of you just watch the videos and you're not subscribing the video. How will you get new videos more like this if you won't subscribe? Okay, so now let's start with the first topic, introduction to Euclid and the origin of geometry. First of all, who was Euclid? Euclid lived around 300 BCE, which we studied earlier in 8th class too. If you have not watched that video, please I suggest go and watch. Easier for you it would be to understand. BCE is before Common Era in Alexandria, Egypt, known as father of geometry. He is also known as the father of what? Father of geometry. He wrote famous book Elements. Now let me tell you a story of Euclid. Actually, he wasn't finding axioms and postulates directly. He was writing a book, and on his way to write his book, in between he started doing equations and all, and he found out the product of postulates and Euclid and axioms. Okay. Now, his work formed the base of modern geometry. These days, the geometry which is being used is the base of the geometry which he made. Then, coming up next to what is geometry? It means earth. Geo meaning earth, and metron meaning to measure the land. It is originally used to measure the land. So, basically, geometry was developed in ancient Egypt and India, right? Coming up next to why is Euclid important, because starting with any topic requires why, what, which and all, right? So it is important because it was in a logical way. Everything has a logic, and this logic we are going to study this time. And yeah, it was in a logical way but not in a systematical way, right? Introduced definitions, axioms and postulates. There are several axioms, there are 5 axioms and I guess 7 postulates. Among them, I have taken three, both of them in both, and his style is still followed in mathematics. Moving on to our next topic, which is Euclid's axioms. Axioms are universal truths in mathematics that are accepted without any proof. So, if you would look at a chapter 6, which is lines and angles, it doesn't require any proof. That linear pair axiom, that axiom is derived from this topic only. They don't require any proof to be proven. Okay? They're basic assumptions. They're very common sense things. Euclid used axioms to build his logical system of geometry in his book of elements, as I earlier told you, right? Now here are some 3 axioms out of 5. Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. So if A B is equal to BC, then A will be directly equal to C. Now if equals are added to equal, the wholes are equal. Now if 1 is equal to 1, and now adding 2 to both the sides, the answer will be 3 to both the sides, right? So if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. The whole is greater than the part. Taking the example of pizza, when we take the slice, the part of a pizza, it is smaller than the whole, right? Talking about the Euclid's approach was unique because he began with axioms. It is suggested that start your things with difficult things and then come up to easy. He started with easier and took out some very complex results out of it, which we'll be studying further in our classes. Coming up next to Euclid's postulates. Postulates are the assumptions specific to geometry. They're not usually and overall used in the whole mathematics. It is sometimes used. For example, the lines, points and all are totally postulates used. Okay. Euclid used postulates to describe how geometric figures behave. Geometric figures, like the figures which we make, angles, lines, and all of them. Okay, these are the statements that are accepted as true, just like axioms, but they are geometry based. Now here coming next to some postulates of Euclid. Out of same, I have mentioned three here. A straight line can be drawn from any point to any another point. A straight line is infinite and can be drawn from any to anywhere until unless it becomes a ray or a line segment. Coming on to the next point, a line segment can be extended endlessly in a straight line. So, a line segment is something which has a starting point but no end point. So, line segment can be extended endlessly to a straight line. We started somewhere and we can extend it till infinite. Okay. Then third point, a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. We can make the circle of any size and with the any centimeter in radius. Okay. Now, since postulates is a bit difficult to understand because it has many similarities with axioms, but not same as axiom, here are some extra key features which I have added for you in it. They form the foundation of geometric constructions. The images which we construct, which will be seen in the further chapter 6 in exercise and examples. Yeah, so geometric constructions, they are help in building shapes, lines, and angles. Talking about shapes, there are many shapes: circles, triangles, rectangles. Lines, there are line, segment, ray. And angles, there are obtuse, straight, and all angles. Then used to prove theorems in geometry. The best example for this theorem is Pythagoras theorem, which was asked you to prove in 6th and 7th in both the classes. Now moving on to the summary of the chapter is a point has no length, breadth or thickness. A point is just a dot which has no length until unless a line is driven through it. Okay, a line has a length but no breadth and can be extended endlessly in both directions. A line has a length but it has no breadth and can be extended in the both directions. Axioms are basic truths without proof and used in all branches of mathematics. Axioms are some truths which is overall used in the mathematics, and postulates are the assumptions used specifically in geometry to build figures and prove theorems. Now, with this, we conclude with the chapter. Hope you understood everything, and I hope that there are no more doubts with this chapter. And yeah, thank you for today.